That was awesome, Steve. So I think I shared a while ago the anecdote to how this next band that I'm covering, the Schwala, most people only know them by this song, but their catalog of music is great, especially beyond that first album, Pet Your Friends, that this song is off of. It's just a good, solid, alternative modern rock band. So I shared this anecdote about how when I first met them, I had been waiting like 4 or 5 years for them to come to the DC area to play, and they never came around here. And I was younger then; I didn't have a car, I was barely driving, so I couldn't just drive a few hours to someplace else. And I geeked out. Like I ran into the keyboardist backstage because a friend of mine got me kind of into the show, and I totally like spaced out on his name, and I acted like a total idiot. I was like a little giddy girl. But he let me come back to talk to the rest of the guys, that was really cool of him, and I was much more collected at that point. But they saw that I was a total nerd for them, and I was really giddy about meeting them and stuff. So they played another song on another show because that one they got kind of screwed out of. And at the door, there were these people that couldn't get in. And one of them looked kind of young, and he's with his girlfriend. And I happened to catch the guitarist coming out at that time. So since he remembered me, I was like, hey, remember I'm the guy that was totally like geeking out for you guys at the last show? He's like, oh yeah, I remember you. You're the one who was waiting like 5 years to see us. I explained the situation, and it turns out that there was a mix-up in the posting of who was allowed to come in, whether you were under 21 or not, and there were conflicting things stated on the website and then on the venue, so they were not letting this guy in. And so the guitarist said, he's with us, let him come in. And I was of age, but I wanted to try to get him in. And it turns out that it was really cool that he could see the show because he was a soldier, he was an active duty military guy, and he'd been dying to see them, and he barely was able to get away to see the show. So I'm kind of happy that it worked out, and that Browning Cravens, the guitarist, was cool enough to like make that happen. So not all rock stars are idiots, I'll say, or have big egos. So cool band.
Must have been mid-afternoon. I could tell by how far the child's shadow stretched out. He walked with a purpose down the street, and the street he had many questions, like children often do. He said, tell me all your thoughts on God. And tell me, am I very far? Must have been late afternoon. On our way, the sun broke free of the clouds. We count only blue cars, skip the crowds down the street in hand. Many questions, like children often do. He said, tell me all your thoughts on God, 'cause I'd really like to meet her and ask her why we're who we are. Tell me all your thoughts on God, So tell me, am I very far? Am I very far now? Yeah. It's getting cold, picked up the pace. How our shoes make hot noises when misplaced. Our clothes are stained. We pass many cross-eyed people and ask many questions like children often do.
You know, that story I told about the Schwal is absolutely true. They did do that. They were really cool about letting that guy in, so they remain special to me.
Tell me all your thoughts on God, 'cause I'd really like to meet her and tell me all of who we are. Tell me all your thoughts on God, 'cause I'm on my way to meet her. Ask her, am I very far? Am I very far now? Am I very far now? Am I very far now? Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And we'll see y'all too.